Good morning once again, and thank you for watching Sunrise at Sea. You are just in time for our views part 2 with the ladies and I. And what we are discussing today is jealous work colleagues. Have you ever experienced it? What did you do about it? Please head on down to our social media pages at CTV Uganda, and don't forget to use the hashtag CTV Sunrise. So ladies, have you ever experienced jealousy at the workplace?
What if you were the one who was jealous?
Let's go to church. Because the Bible says, I'm joking, jealousy is an ugly trait to have.
Oh my God, Sarah.
Jealousy is a very, very ugly trait to have. And if you ever find yourself in a situation where you are jealous or envious of somebody else, I think you need to look inwards. I always talk about self-reflection. It's important. Run your race, run your own race. But to answer your question, Sandra, yes, I have been in a situation where I was working with people who were envious of me. And now when people get envious or jealous, they start to do things to try and stifle your growth. And it all comes down to office politics. Now they are sabotaging you. They are bad-mouthing you to the boss. They are encroaching in your responsibilities. You understand? They are gossiping about you. They are spreading rumors. I had one person actually pay a blogger to write that I was having an affair with my boss.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, now
that happened, yes. So it happens. Things like that happen. And I don't think she was jealous of me in the sense of, say, me personally, but she wanted my job. She wanted my responsibilities. She wanted my job. So everything that I tried to do, she would always try to sabotage my projects, my presentations, everything. Like, she's just a terrible person, for lack of a better word.
I think it's very important that we understand, since we're actually talking about work and organization, that in every organization, there will always be 1, 2, 3 people, or even if it's just one person who actually does not accept the fact that you're doing better than them, and they will definitely, it's in human nature to be jealous for some people. So first of all, you need to understand that these things happen. They're in all organizations, regardless of where you work or where you go to. So if you leave one organization because someone is trying to, bring you down or break you down, and you cannot take it anymore, the next place you're going to go to will still have someone like that. And I have been through it. Many times. First of all, I'm a very outspoken person. I speak my mind, regardless of the situation. I never keep quiet. I like to be the spotlight. I like to make sure that everything I do is perfect to the dot. So for very many people, it may come off as being very intimidating, and them feeling that I am jealous of their achievements. However, I just like to do my own thing and make it perfect. But I think it's very important that we get to understand that in every workplace, in any organization, there will always be someone there out to get you.
What are the telltale signs? How can you tell? What are the telltale signs?
When they are paying bloggers to write articles about you.
How will you know that?
That's a telltale sign. That is the number one sign. No, but the telltale signs are when they are constantly just character assassinating you. Yes. Everything that you do, or she did this, or she did that, or she took 2 whole other minutes after her lunch break, or she came in, or saying that, or she came late today. The person who is always tattletaling on you as if they don't have work on their desk, yes, that is definitely a telltale sign. Also, someone who just continuously is encroaching in your responsibilities. Not that because you're not doing it, but they're telling you how to do your job. They're always in your way. They're always, hovering, giving you unsolicited advice. Yes.
Well, one of the tell signs that you can actually tell is the person always you talked about it, always wants to make it look like you're not doing a good job.
Yes.
Or wants to make it look like you're doing more work. Especially like if you're working, say, in close departments, or you have sort of like the same responsibilities. Let me say you're both marketing and sales people, you know, you're both supposed to market, you're both supposed to sell. The other one will always want to show that, oh, I'm bringing in the money, I'm bringing in more clients, I'm doing a lot of work, she's doing nothing. Then the person will probably will go ahead to do more than they're supposed to do to make you look like you're doing nothing. So it's very easy to tell someone that is actually jealous of you, because they'll always try to make you bad. They'll always try to make it look like you're not doing any work. They'll make you feel that your presence in the company is just a total waste of time.
Well, let's look at signs of jealousy at work. And your employees might try to hide their jealous or envious feelings, but these are some warning signs of that, and belittling other people's accomplishments. If an employee reacts to someone else's success by saying, oh, they just got lucky, or anyone could have done that, then that could be a sign of jealousy. And this happened to me at the workplace. And also taking other people's credit, that as well, ignoring other people's ideas. Maybe one person brings good ideas to meetings, but other members of the team refuse to listen to them. This is quite common, actually. Refusing to speak to someone. This is clearly quite an extreme case, which indicates a relationship has badly broken down. And yes, they say nothing when a colleague is congratulated, or when someone shares their good news. They are all quiet, and they don't say.
Yeah,
they don't say anything.
Like, oh my gosh, you guys, Sandra has given birth to a bouncing baby boy. Okay.
So how can you deal with a jealous colleague at work? How do you navigate that?
Number one, you need to understand that your colleagues are your colleagues, they're not your friends. So you are not obligated to share any of your successes or your life achievements with them. You are not obligated to do that. Your only obligation is to go there, do what you're supposed to do, your work, and then go. And that's also another way of mitigating it. You understand? Do not tell people, do not share your personal experiences or your happiness. Not everybody is happy for you. That is one way you can mitigate it. Number two, be civil. Go to work, do what you're supposed to do, leave when you're supposed to. You're at work to work. If you go to work and you find good friends, that's good for your bonus. Yeah. But then also when you do find these friends, because sometimes, many times actually, a lot of the hate and vile behavior comes from people who you think are your friends. So they get close to you in disguise of being your friend. Meanwhile, they are, picking information that they can use against you. So it's also very, very, very necessary to be careful who you share your information with. So like I said, you are at work to work. Just remember at school when they tell us you're at school here to study, not to make friends. Yes. But when you happen to find really good people who share the same objectives or the same vision as you, then it's absolutely that would be beautiful. That's a very beautiful experience. Yes,
I totally agree with that. I think this boils down to putting expectations on people that are not met, because like you said, these people, they might not be your friends. You're there to work and everything. So I guess assuming that, and then you feel let down because you place them somewhere in your mind.
Yes.
And assumptions are the termites to all kinds of relationships.
Yes.
Because you expected something and it's not happening.
Yeah.
So I think you need to track back and put yourself in order, because then you're just going to be at loggerheads with people.
Time.
Yes.
Also in relation to what actually Sarah did hint on, you're at work to work. And I think this is one thing we all get wrong. The people that you find in your organization are not supposed to be, okay, if you want, you can make some of them your friends, but you see that is how it gets complicated, because you're working with this person, you're telling them personal information about you. Next thing you know, they're going to use it against you. Next thing you know, they'll be like, oh, she's successful, she's married, she has a stable family, she's not having issues, and then she has a well-paying job, she's doing more, and then what do you know? What next do you know? Someone is jealous of you at work. Why? Because you have given them so much information, you have gotten so close to them that you're now starting to compromise. I think it's important that you remember that you're at work to work. There's this thing I do not do, small talk. When I'm done with the job at hand, if I have friends around office, I will stay and talk, but even it will not be within the office space, because I am at work to work and then I'm going to head home. and do my other things. I am not someone who entertains small talk, constantly telling people, oh, to the extent that I even know what your family ate the previous night. That's crazy. So I think we need to limit the kind of information we give the people that we work with. In that way, they will have nothing to use against us or even a reason to be jealous about us, because they know very little about you. All they know is that you appear at work and then you go back. We have had people who even have colleagues who know where they stay and have been into their homes. Imagine, it's crazy. So you should set boundaries, because then the next conversation in office, oh my God, have you been to Shivan's home, Banange? They eat beans every day. That kind of thing. Like limit the kind of information you tell the people that you work with, but also limit how close you are to them. Like let there be very clear boundaries. It is work, it is work. We are friends, we are friends.
Another thing is professionalism. Always be professional. And always use official communication lines. That is how you beat the jealous people at office. So when they say that, she didn't do this, no, it's like, please refer to the email that I sent you. All the information is there. Be professional. And I think for a lot of us, we come to work and then we get comfortable. I'm not, you know what, I love everybody here. So I always have a minute or two to chat. How are you? How's your weekend? Are you good? Good. But also sometimes that familiarity breeds
contempt.
Exactly, contempt. So learn to be professional, very professional. We've had people who are like, who we say that, oh, she's very professional. Like if you want to talk to her, send her an email. It must be a formal line of communication, whatever the case may be. Send her an email. Or she's not going to respond until you put it on an email. Or you told her you must follow up with, with an email, or like the formal official processes. So another way to mitigate this whole jealousy and envious nonsense is be professional. But then again, you who is being jealous,
why are you blogging about people?
Why run your race? Run your own race, because you don't know what people have done to get to that place. And this is the thing. Sometimes you think that you may find yourself in a situation where you bite more than you can handle, or more than you can chew, and then you're messing with somebody who can actually just destroy your career. Some people would even kill for their job, literally.
Yes.
So you who is being jealous, run your own race. We are not here for the same reason or the same purpose. You're not at work for the same reason or purpose as the next person. Run your own race. Some of you are jealous and competing with people who are not even in the same league as you. You understand?
Yes.
We are not in the same league. We are not playing. You are here on Champions League. Someone is there on Premier League. My dear, play your own league, okay?
Did you have to use football, sir?
Yes.
Oh, you're there on AFCON.
Listen, you're on AFCON, someone is on Premier League. My dear, know your level. People are not the same as you. You understand? Yes. Run your race and stick to it. Like I say, jealousy is a very ugly trait to have. But envy, all of us can be envy, once in a while. Envious. You're like, and to be envious is not that I want to take away what you have. I'm just looking like, oh my goodness, you lost 5 kgs. Wow, I'm so envious. I wish I could also lose, 5 kgs as easy. Or it's like, oh wow, you look really good with a dark red lipstick. Oh my goodness, I'm envious. I could never. I don't look nice with that. So it is different to be envious. It's like you don't want to take away that situation from that person, but you would wish it on yourself. And us wishing, better for ourselves is not a bad thing. But don't take it away from somebody else.
That's very important. Or you could also choose, if you catch yourself in the moment and you feel jealous about a certain colleague at work, use that same energy of jealousness and work towards, channel it and work towards becoming better, or work towards, or you could go to the person and say, you know what, I'm actually jealous of your success. Could you tell me how to make it better?
Yeah.
Be as open as possible. I am willing to talk.
Well, let's look at some ways that you can handle those jealous colleagues at work. And the first is be polite and civil. Don't stoop to their level. It could make the situation worse and could lead you to getting into trouble at work as well. And offer help and support if they'll let you. Let's say a grumpy coworker says, you're so fast with these reports, you're making us mere mortals look bad. You might say something like, oh, I struggled at first, but I found my way to really speed things up. Can I show you? and try not to take it personally. Chances are you haven't done anything wrong, and this is very, very important. Some people are just envious by nature and ignore the jealous behavior. If you do decide to speak to your colleague about it, do so privately and in a non-confrontational way. You may discover that the root of jealousy is a communication problem. And this is quite true, yes? Some things just stem from poor communication.
Yeah.
And communication is just not what you say, it's body language as well. And this really, really matters. So how would you handle your own jealousy if you're on the other side of the fence? What would you do?
If I was jealous? I don't really get jealous though. But if I were, I think it would be very important to understand where it's coming from. Why am I feeling like this? Like, why do I want what she wants? Or why do I want what she has? Or why do I want what he has? It's important to understand where it's coming from. Is it because you are not loved enough as a child? Your parents probably didn't give you enough attention.
Yeah.
You understand? Or is it because you just hate that somebody else is taking the limelight from you?
Or are you insecure?
Oh, are you insecure? It's
that.
very important. But when you do find yourself in a situation where you're like, okay, this person is always getting high praise at work, and I'm very jealous that they are always getting the praise. How about you work with this person so that you find out how they are doing it? Yeah, and then you apply instead of trying to sabotage. But now you see, you're sabotaging someone and you're still not getting the praise. Wasted energy. Why are you here? What are you doing this? Why are you struggling?
That's
You
true.
can't.
Yeah.
That is quite true. How would you deal with jealousy if you were jealous?
How would I deal with it? If I caught myself in the moment, because it rarely happens to me, but if I did catch myself in the moment, I'm a very bold person. I would walk up to a person and say, you know what? I feel this type of way. Could you show me how you did that? And just be as civil or as professional as possible. Yeah.
The thing about jealousy is that it has gotten a lot of people in a very bad place in their life. Things like, it could not even just be, okay, since we're talking about the workplace, you could see that, say, your coworker has gotten married and now they have kids, they are thriving in their career, and now you're jealous and now you want to compete with this person. That is going to lead you into getting into an awful relationship that is going to get you an awful relationship, which is later going to affect your work, and now here you are getting fired because you are competing with somebody. I learned a long time ago that it's important to learn your race. To run your own race. Understand why you're in that moment or time in your life, because we had the doctor here last week on the show, and she said that we should learn to appreciate the moment that we are in our lives. So appreciate your moment. Your time is going to come, and just keep focusing on yourself and your vision. Don't, look on the other side.
Well, here are some tips on how to curb that jealousy when you feel it rising. And as Sarah says, don't compare yourself to other people. You're running your own race, so don't compare yourself to other people. It can be very tempting to constantly see how you measure up against someone else, whether that's in terms of their productivity, the amount of praise they receive, or their paycheck. Instead, bring your focus back to yourself. How can you move toward your goals at work? What could you do differently this month compared with last month? That is very, 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 very important, because most of the times we compare ourselves to others. Be happy for colleagues when they succeed. And if you can't be happy, at least pretend to. You might find that genuine pleasure in their achievement follows. Say well done when they receive an award or recognition, and try to figure out what underlies your jealousy. Maybe you are envious of someone's promotion because you are worried about your personal finances, and the money would have really helped. Is there a different way you can improve things financially? By taking positive action, you'll find that the jealous feelings fade naturally. And lastly, avoid gossip and talking behind people's backs. In some workplaces, a negative culture develops where several co-workers complain to one another about a high-flying colleague. This just feeds your jealousy feelings. Opt out of these types of conversations. You won't gain anything by surrounding yourself with negative people. And we did post this on social media and ask people how they deal with jealousy at work. And Derek said, do them a favor and fade where possible. Yeah, and I always say this, you don't have to show up to every argument that you're invited to. Sometimes pick your battles, yeah? And Essential Worker says, treat them with kindness. And this is quite true, because some people are fighting, you don't know what they're fighting. Yeah, there are some other underlying issues. So kindness goes a long way. I mean, everybody can gravitate towards love. Love is a universal language. So show them some kindness. And lastly, I just ignore that. Hotim says, I just ignore that. I beg to differ here a little bit, because sometimes, most times, you have to be assertive, because people are going to walk all over you, and you don't want that.
True.
Like you have to check them.
Exactly. But then again, another thing is, why should I dip my shine because you're feeling some type of way about it? Like, I worked so hard to get here. I've worked so hard. Now I've gotten the recognition. So now you want me to be humble and curl up in the corner and as if be ashamed of my achievements. No, honey. No, no, no. You don't know the sleepless nights, the tears and hard work and the sacrifices I have made to get here. So for me, this is the thing. Hold your head up high and don't ever dim your shine for anybody, because you've worked so hard to be there. And if you get jealous, and if you're a person who gets jealous, how about you also make some more sacrifices, okay? You'll also get there, honey, in due time.
I keep telling people, if you feel that someone is too much for you, if you feel that you're constantly jealous about someone's achievements or a particular person, I mean, it could be workplace, we're talking about workplace, it could be at home, please wear sunglasses, like you can block out their shine. Wear sunglasses and move on. No one is going to get low. No one is going to stoop low because you feel a certain way. No.
Well, that was all that we had for you on Our Views Part 2 today, and it's about jealousy at the workplace. How do you deal with those jealous colleagues at work? Please head on down to our social media pages at CTV Uganda. Don't forget to use the hashtag CTV Sunrise and tell us how you deal with those jealous colleagues at work. Well, that was all we had for you, but don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back. Don't blink.
Well, they say that all good things have to come to an end, and unfortunately, we are at the end of the show. If you haven't yet followed us on social media, please head on to our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and that's at CTV Uganda. And if you miss our shows, we always post them on our YouTube channel, and that's at CTV Uganda. You can go on and still watch, and please don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let us know, do you have any questions, inquiries? Would you love to be a part of the show? Do you have something to add to the conversation? Please leave a comment down, and don't forget to use the hashtag at CTV Sunrise. Well, until tomorrow, same time, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., please stay tuned and keep watching CTV. And also, don't forget to follow the SOPs, okay? Wear your mask, wash your hands, sanitize. Corona is still here. Let us be safe, and don't forget to be kind. Let us do more to heal, to grow, to love, and to pray today. So have a blessed day from me and the ladies. Bye.